Looks like our furry little friends of the forest might be on the chopping block. You guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more content. Pre-sales should be wrapping up this afternoon. If there's any last minute stuff that you want from Gamer's Choice, discount code MCO40 is going to be able to save you on your purchase. I'm glad to see Zeus actually move back down. Starlight Masquerade has just moved right on back up. MST still doing pretty well. And of course, I mean, things like Rosin still don't exist. But there have been a lot of decent movements on this set. Very curious to see, how this set is going to do very much long term. And Kongs has a couple things up. They have the main pool of good stuff up. I've also got Ashes and all of these staples are moving here. Do kind of check out some of these listings and see if there's anything you want. Discount code MCO40 will actually save you on your purchase on anything you're going to want from Kongs. I mean, the main pool, like some of these Starlight Rares are gorgeous. I definitely look forward to seeing, how they're going to do in the future. The Melffys of the Forest. Konami putting out this new little video that they did yesterday kind of sparked up some discussion, Do we need to be watching these little Melffy cards? Is there an actual... Are we going to see some spike ups for this now? Melffy of the Forest, as you can see, the original print of this thing, disregard the top end. It's still about $2 to $4 a copy. Now, I mean, like, this was the detach add a Melffy from deck to hand, and then what if another face of Melffy control returns the hand? You can target a card the opponent controls. It cannot attack. Its effects are negated while face up on the field. For a rank 2 that is generic, that's pretty gosh darn good. And also, you're able to kind of engineer this with Sprite as well. So, that was kind of the thing with this deck. Now, I don't know what more we can really give this deck, but I will say Melffy Caddies being dollars is interesting. Puppies also, super rares coming in nearly $1. Melffy Mommy, the OTS print, these are still like 70 cents. And then, of course, Rabby, the Legendary Duelist print is 18 cents. And then, of course, we did have the Melffy of the Forest reprint, which is also very cheap. But just looking at the rest of this, seeing the two supers actually making a run for it to try to push up is a little bit interesting. The Lacrima of Light. This card is always treated as a Magistus and Witchcrafter card. You guys kind of got to think about it like this. If you've been wondering, why this card was going up, we did get new Witchcrafter support, like very good Witchcrafter support. Now, this thing says activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of Array of Lacrima of Light once per turn. So if you control a Magister or Witchcrafter, you can spend a spellcaster monster or a spell from your deck to the graveyard. Or when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can special summon a Magister or Witchcrafter monster from the hand or deck. Now, that's the effect that I do care about here. You do something, I get to go ahead and special summon a Magistus or a Witchcrafter from the deck. That seems pretty free. Now, in terms of what's been going on, to the people that bought these for the 25-40 cents that they were back in the day, it looks like you solidly won on this. And I mean, in terms of sales data over the last couple days, just yesterday, 2 days ago, 413, like this card really kind of went through the ringer. So this is going to be another one of those solid, hey, pay attention to this as time goes on. Instant Fusion. I don't know why people are shocked about this. You do realize that the Sabatil Philosopher's Stone Kuribo interacts with this card because you pay half your life points, search for Instant Fusion out, new hero monster, special summon Stratos. Congratulations, you've basically started the entirety of the hero combo now. That's why Instant Fusion has now basically turned into a full combo line for the deck. Now, to see these quarter-century versions just disappearing and going up now, 75, 110, this turning into the explosive one. Now, obviously, it doesn't look like we have any sales above $25. Yeah, 25 is where the line is for maximum number for that. Now, going into the alties over here, this is another story. You've actually just had a sale at 140, another at 138. People feel a little bit more confident in the ultimate rares. It's how our market and the rarity has been perceived by the community over the era. But you can, how much are dual terminals now? Dual terminals are $18, heading on up to 25. So it is a topic of, conversation if you want to, go about that. Of all these Dragon Ball cards that are populating in my feed. But yeah, looks like you can get decent rarities for these. Naturia Rosewhip. This is rough. This is disgusting, honestly. You can get dual terminal 2 versions, mod play for 35, and then they go up to 55. Okay. Light plays for super rares are $25 a piece. Now, if you needed second to process what I just said here, that is a crazy price point on Rosewhip. To see a super rare, and of course, like, first ed copies of this hit the $30 mark and then just accelerate on up. The community is finally realizing, oh, hey, there is some extremely crazy value to be had in, the limiting of what your opponent can do for the spells and traps interaction. So now you're just kind of waiting for the doom clock of Cool Tune here to do its thing, but this is just a crazy thing to see all the way around. So, hey, if you want top end of those, that's crazy. Good news, though. It's got lower printings, but looks like every single Rosewhip minimum rarity is like $4. That's absolutely insane. Kuribandit. So good old quarter century buyouts. In terms of what's going on with this thing, you've got 1 listing, 2 listings at near mints, and then you have light plays at like $98. But for a card that says during the end phase perform an effect, I'm not a super big fan of this. Like, if it could do more, I'd be a little bit happier with it. But it looks like one did sell at $40. What? Okay, market, sure. Invoked Magistus Omega. As we are kind of heading on into all the interesting little things that Invoked brings to the table, I do recommend that you do keep an eye on Invoked Magistus Omega itself. Basically, it does require Alistair the Invoker, but still, $37 heading on up to like a $38, $39 price point is pretty normal. Magical Meltdown. This is another one I just wanted to remind people of. These are $44 a piece right now. Obviously, as time goes on and we do see more of the grind through with these, you probably are going to continue to see the market, not be happy about this. The fact that Fusion Enforcer Secret Rares this is actually $10 for these now. Oh, thank you. I guess we just don't get to see those. All right, well, $10, $3, looks like 60-cent copies. You've got decent print runs of these. So crazy to actually see that this card is worth money. $8, 3, 10, 12s, yikeroos. Interesting. Dragonian Phalanx. Dual terminal versions of these in near mints are $25, $45. Luckily enough, Big City Cards has 4 listings of these if you were wanting to pick these up and add them to the collection. DRO4 Karma Cut, $407.36. I will say that again, 1 whole listing available on this. Because, that's kind of crazy to think about in terms of availability for these things. Okay, and then we have Fishborg Blaster. Look, another super rare, expensive super, $60. But then you come down here and you see, oh, hey, look, the QCR is a whole whopping $7. You can get platinums for $1. If this card ever does come back, though, it's going to be a ride. It probably will get errata once per turn, if I had to guess, though. That just tends to be a very Konami thing. But we'll have to wait and see, where this is going to go and how we're going to just kind of approach where the market's going. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, and we'll see where things go. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.